Her name was Amelia Mia Chen. She was a backpacker, a daughter, a friend, and a traveler. On a clear morning, she set out on a trail in China, the sun bright, the air clean, the path waiting. Mia had planned this trip for months, every detail checked, every piece of gear ready. She was experienced, careful, and respected the wild. But that day, the trail did not let her go. She vanished. The world outside continued, but for Mia's family, time stopped. One day, she was sending photos, smiling and safe. The next, only silence. Her return date passed. Worry turned to alarm. The search began. The trail offered no answers, holding its secrets close. Mia was not reckless or unprepared. She knew the risks and followed the rules. Her disappearance is a mystery that defies explanation. The clues found only deepened the puzzle. A calm, organized person, suddenly gone. No sign of struggle, no cry for help, just an empty space where a vibrant life used to be. We look for simple reasons when things go wrong, hoping to feel safe. But Mia's story offers no such comfort. Sometimes there are no easy answers. Sometimes a person can do everything right and still be lost. Her story is a quiet reminder of the unknown. It is a call to remember those who are missing, to keep their stories alive, even when the trail has gone cold. Mia Chen was 28, not a thrill seeker, but a student of the natural world. From a young age, she found peace in mountains and forests, learning the names of trees and birds. Her love for nature was a core part of her life. She prepared for every trip with meticulous care, detailed checklists, research, and planning. For her China trip, she learned basic Mandarin, packed a first aid kit, and carried a satellite phone. Her backpack was efficient, every item with a purpose. She left a detailed itinerary with her family. Mia traveled solo by choice, enjoying the solitude and connection with nature. She was self-reliant, strong, and deeply aware of her environment. She followed leave no trace principles, packed out her trash, and respected wildlife. Her goal was to experience and learn from the wild, not conquer it. This gentle approach makes her disappearance even more baffling. She was not one to break the rules or take unnecessary risks. Mia chose the famous Tiger Leaping Gorge High Path in Yunnan, China, a well-known, well-maintained trail. The 22-kilometer route is popular, moderately difficult, and usually completed in 2 days. The environment is not particularly dangerous. Large predators are long gone, and wildlife is minimal. The weather was stable, the trail busy enough that hikers often cross paths. Mia began her hike on a clear Tuesday, planning to stay at a guest house halfway. She had a reservation and told her family she'd call from there. The trail is straightforward, with few side paths and open views. For an experienced hiker like Mia, staying on the path was second nature. She had a map, compass, and GPS. The idea that she simply got lost on such a clear trail seems almost impossible. The search for Mia began 3 days after her last message. Rangers found her camp 5 kilometers in, just off the main path. Her tent was perfectly set up, her gear organized, her backpack inside with wallet and passport. Only her water bottle, camera, and the clothes she wore were missing. No signs of struggle, nothing disturbed. The most haunting clue, a short video on her camera. Mia smiled, calm and happy, saying, "The views are even better than the pictures. Taking a short break, then heading on." She looked healthy, relaxed, no hint of fear. The video ended with the empty trail, birdsong, and breeze. That was the last image, the last sound of her voice. No one else appeared, no strange sounds, just a simple, happy moment that became the final piece of evidence. The park rangers searching for Mia were seasoned experts, familiar with every risk and trail. Usually, missing hikers are unprepared or get lost, But Mia's case fit none of these patterns. Lead Ranger Wei explained, "We searched every meter, every cliff, every stream. We found nothing." Her camp was organized, her passport left behind, unusual for someone lost or panicked. "It's as if she was here one minute and the next, she just floated away," said another ranger. The search continued for weeks. Helicopters, drones, volunteers combed the area. Not a single footprint, not a broken branch, not a scrap of fabric past her campsite. The trail remained silent. For the rangers, it was a professional and personal frustration. They were used to finding answers in the mountains, but Mia's disappearance left only questions and the heavy silence of the gorge. The first theory was an accident, a misstep, a fall, or a sudden slip. The search teams focused on cliffs and steep sections, but found no evidence. The area where Mia disappeared was one of the safer parts of the trail. A fall would have left a body or scattered belongings, but nothing was found. An injury? Mia had first aid skills and a satellite phone, which was missing. If she was immobile, searchers would have found her on the well-traveled path. Disorientation? Unlikely for someone with her experience, map, compass, and GPS. Even the search dogs lost her scent just meters from her camp. It was as if she never took another step. The idea of a wildlife attack was quickly dismissed. The gorge has no large predators. Tigers and bears are long gone. Smaller animals avoid humans, and attacks are unheard of. An animal attack would leave clear signs: blood, torn clothing, drag marks. But the area was pristine. Venomous snakes? Possible. But a bite would leave a body nearby, and Mia would have tried to call for help. The wildlife theory provides no answers. The ecosystem simply isn't a threat to careful hikers like Mia. When natural explanations fail, we consider human involvement. Mia was a solo female traveler. The trail has quiet stretches. Foul play is possible, but there's no evidence, no struggle, no theft, no suspicious sightings. Kidnapping in broad daylight without a trace is nearly impossible. Police investigated, interviewed staff and hikers, but found no leads. The idea of a perfect crime seems unlikely. Could Mia have chosen to disappear? She was close to her family, happy, and left her passport behind. This theory, like the others, raises more questions than answers. Mia Chen's story matters because it is not sensational. She was careful, capable, and loved the wild. Her disappearance challenges the unfair judgments often placed on women who travel alone. The answer is not fear or restriction, but awareness and visibility. Mia's story is a call to keep missing women's stories alive, to ensure they are not forgotten. Visibility creates pressure for continued searching and reminds us every missing person is more than a statistic. We must remember Mia as she was vibrant, thoughtful, passionate. Her story is about the unknown, the limits of our understanding, and the resilience of those left behind. The tiger-leaping gorge remains, but for those who know Mia's story, there is an echo, a question with no answer. Her story asks us to be more aware, more supportive, and to never let missing women's stories be met with silence. Awareness, not fear, is the light we carry into the world's wild and beautiful places.